Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jack LaRon here, your Nashville area real estate agent, and I've got a brand new neighborhood that's got some unique property values that you're going to want to hear about. If you'd like to know anything about houses in the Nashville area, specifically today I'm in Fairview, Tennessee. Here's my contact number. Please reach out and text me. Today we're going to walk through this brand new neighborhood that has a limited number of lots, and with that, a specific number of unique opportunities to buy something that nobody else in this community will have. We're gonna walk through one of these homes today. This provider of homes used to be called Crescent Homes, but now they're called Dream Finders Houses. And they build a really quality product. And I'm gonna show you some of the different aspects of the house, but wait till the end because this particular property, built as a spec inventory home, has a couple of upgrade features that normally you won't find in houses yet to be built in this community. So come on in, let's take a walk and enjoy this property tour today. So first of all, I want you to notice this is a solid wood door. You usually don't get those in a lot of these houses, at least 8 foot tall. This house is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, just a little over 3,000 square feet with a 2-car garage. And we're gonna check out some of these features in this house that are really cool. So come on, let's walk in and check this floor plan out. Again, this is the Lockwood series here in this particular subdivision. This floor plan also has a unique floor plan option to it that is available on a few lots in this community. So you're definitely gonna wanna stick around to see the rest of this community tour as I show you what that would look like. So right off to my left here is a dedicated office space. And you notice you don't only get 2 windows, you get a total of 5. It's already wired for Ethernet. We got 9 foot tall ceilings in this 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, just a little over 3,000 square feet. You get dedicated entry doors, again, solid. Not that particle stuff. As we enter the foyer with the 9 foot high ceilings, you see all the trim work in the ceiling, as well as the addition detail there on the baseboard. Right in here, you've got a half bath. Just to my right here is the garage space. And if you notice in the corner, we got a 2-car garage, but we also have a tankless water heater system. And like I said before, this used to be Crescent Homes. Crescent was bought out by a company called Dream Finders Homes. And this is now who's building these particular houses in the subdivision. Okay. Off to my left, we've got the kitchen space. Notice a tile backsplash all the way around. 5-burner gas stove, vented oven. Come check out this pantry. So to give you some context on this pantry, I'm 6'3", wingspan, very large pantry area. Built-in shelving, I hate the wire stuff. This one has the built-in, so that's even better. We have the stainless steel appliances with the dishwasher and the island, the single bowl porcelain sink, nicely done. The pendant lights, as long as the recessed lighting in the ceiling. Quiet close on the cabinets, really cool. They've got the microwave built in just above the oven. Again, stainless steel, well placed. So in your triangular kitchen cooking area, you'll have refrigerator, pantry, cooking, cleaning with the sink and the dishwasher, and the range over there, the stove over there built into the countertop. They've designated this with this lighting fixture as a designated eating area. When you build, you can make your own adjustments to how you would set this up yourself. But in this particular floor plan, check this out. In the living area, vaulted ceilings. Isn't that fantastic? Built-in gas fireplace, mantle, and again, wired for video, audio, and video. Recessed lighting. Window treatments are in this particular unit already, which is great because I just bought one, didn't have it. Then through these doors lead to the covered patio space, to the backyard area. And you'll want to stay tuned on the backyard area because I'm going to show you some aspects about that are unique to this property as well too. But that is the true woods behind there. All right, now we're going to head into the master suite, which is just off of the main living area. Before we do that, here's the utility room. And then right off the utility room is the master bedroom. Again, tall ceilings. Got the trim work in the ceiling. We got the window treatments in this particular unit. I've added a ceiling fan. Another unique thing about these types of builds for this particular builder. So shower pan to ceiling tile all the way around. I don't know you, but I'm not a fan of when builders stop the tile at this level and then they have paint the rest of the way up. To me, it seems like the paint always peels and you always have to come back and caulk it and repaint it. They will be putting a shower door in here. It just hadn't arrived yet, but really cool attention to detail. And this subway type tile feel is great. I think it gives a great depth and just looks sharp. Right behind you is the toilet room. I did do wire racks in the linen closet. So dual vanity, they are going to put the mirror in here. So you have a single set mirror. They'll obviously have the bowls replaced, but 2 sinks. I think it's like a brass finish out in here, which I really like that look and feel. And then here's the master closet. Again, wingspan here. I can rotate here. Did a good job with the built-in shelving and hangers. Prime for like a set of drawers to be built in as well too. But a really good size master closet. All right. So we'll exit out of here and then head upstairs. Oh, forgot to show the bench seating space. So that would seat 4 stools. So you'd have an area there as well as another area here to entertain in. I like the outlet in the island. Coat closet right on the opposite side of the kitchen off the foyer, right before you head up the stairs. Now, one thing I commented on that I really like is true wood risers on the stairs that they finished and stained with a wood rail. I think that just adds the finish out and the quality of the build. So a big fan of that. No carpet, which I'm a fan of as well. And then if you notice, you've got see-through on the banister here, so it makes the space look bigger when you can see through it. Kind of opens it up. So that you come up into this magnificent bedroom and bonus room area up here on the top floor. It's massive. Again, this is a little bit over 3,000 square feet in this home. 5 beds, 4 baths. So we'll start down the hallway on this side. So you got your first bathroom here on the left. Tub shower combo. Massive. I think this vanity in here may be bigger than the one down in the master. I know I've got 2 daughters, and this amount of space between the sinks saves a lot of arguments. Trust me. Obviously the mirrors if you have to go in, but they will. This would be for a shower stall here. You got the toilet right here outside. Tile floor, really well done. Again, tall ceilings throughout here as well too. Looks like they went with more of a silver finish up here, some of the fixtures. Right behind the door is your linen closet. And as we walk back into the hallway and go left, one of the bedrooms. Again, the window treatments are in on this particular one. We've got, ooh, check out this closet. Yeah, walk this. Get a good span of that closet. Woo! That's a massive closet for a kid. All right, let's see what they did in here on this bonus access space. Okay, so just so you know, this is not something they even provided a door for. It's more for mechanical access, but it's not really for storage. Otherwise, they would have made some storage opportunities for it. Again, right here, wired for Ethernet and cable in this room. All right. Walk down the hallway to the right. That's me kicking the door dinghy. All right, let's check out this closet in this bedroom. Ooh, another massive closet with lights. All right. Again, window treatment in here as well too, and again, wired for cable and Ethernet. And we walk back out down the hallway. We have another bedroom. This makes the third bedroom up here. Yeah, pretty decent closet again. Let's see if they put a light in this one. Not on this one, but plenty of room in there. 2 windows in this particular bedroom. Both have window treatments on it. Fantastic. Now we take a right down the hallway and check out this bonus area. Again, this is the Lockwood series, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, a little over 3,000 square feet. Got 4 windows facing 2 different directions up here with window treatments on it. Plus, here's a bonus here, fellas, people. Check out this deck area overlooking the front. Nice. Nice. And for those of you that like to be able to decorate the front of your house, great Christmas tree light opportunities. Look at the way to put your lights over the rails here. You could stick those inflatables. Now you need to check with the HOA on what's permissible, but you have access to your roof to do that. I'm not advocating you get out on the roof. That's on your own safety cognizance, but it has power out here. So you got electricity as well as lights. But a great space out here just to hang out and enjoy your neighborhood. All right, so let's go check out the 5th and final bedroom, the 4th bedroom up top. Before we get to that, we have another bath. Let me turn the light on. Here we go. And again, this is upstairs bath. I did a separate shower, no tub, but we have the shower pan to ceiling tile. They inverted their tile, so remember the other one was horizontal. These are going vertical. Large shower. Got the tub, again, the window treatment. Again, large vanity, not as large as the other bathroom you just looked at. And again, waiting the installation of the mirror plus some of the finish out like the outlet plate. All right, let's go check out the final bedroom up here and see what that looks like. Nice. Large bedroom, again, 2 windows with treatments, 1 window facing the front, the other window facing the side. Ooh. Check out that closet space. So pretty much up here, all but pretty much one of the bedrooms, I'd say the 3rd one we looked at up here, has a really decent closet space. You don't typically find that in homes like these. They kind of want to capture that in other areas, but 4 really decent bedrooms upstairs with, you have 2 full baths upstairs, you have a full bath downstairs in the master, and then you got the half bath. So it's 5, 3.5. You told me it's 4, but it's really 3.5. All right, now let's go check out those features we talked about earlier that you want to see about this particular property, and you'll find them in some other areas of this community as well too, so come on. All right, so this house, just like the ones to my left and right, sit on a true half-acre lot. When they built these spec houses, the builder put a lot of upgrades in these particular houses, such as the tankless water heater that we just saw. They also provided a sprinkler system in some of these spec homes as well too. But with these particular lots, and you'll see how these vary from the other lots in the neighborhood, they actually don't just back up to the wooded area. They actually include the wooded area. So let's go check that out. So if I leave this yard here, and again, it slopes back to the back here, your lot line goes into the woods, and I'll show you where that is. So if you see through the woods down below, there's an actual creek back here that backs up these lots, and the creek runs from this direction all the way around this community to the back. So these particular lots on the tree line not only have the creek behind them, but if you turn around, where I'm standing here at this lot line, and you turn around, there's your yard, there's the house, and part of your yard is in the wooded area. So you have an opportunity to set up some sort of entertainment area in the wooded area and then have nobody behind you, and the development maintains this common area back here, but your yard is, I would say, 80% grass, maybe 20% wooded, which is really cool. But you also have the security of knowing that nobody's gonna be building here behind you because they can't. There's no opportunity to build something behind you. So it's really quiet in here. You can hear the squirrels and the deer moving around. It's close to the end of the year here, so the deer are starting to move around. But a really cool aspect to these lots that, you know, go along the tree line, and we're going to talk about that later as we drive the community, but these lots actually extend into the woods to give you a full half-acre lot with this beautiful Dreamfinder home. And again, this is the Lockwood series, but you can see it's got hardy board all the way around with a brick skirt. And these particular units, this builder decided to use one AC unit to operate both the upstairs and downstairs. And the internals, the zones coordinate with each other, so it's not constantly running if the temperature doesn't require it to be on upstairs. That's pretty cool, kind of energy saving aspect of it. So just wanted to do a walkthrough. They're building in this community. I've had a buyer look at a lot here. Some of the lots are going pretty quickly, especially the premium ones, which I think are the ones around the tree line. They're building spec homes at this point. This one is for sale. It's just a tad bit over $700,000. I have access to the lot sheet. I know which ones are already under contract. I know which model homes are going to be going on which lots, because there's a few lots that require a specific model to go on it. And I'll talk about that here in a later part of the video. And then, you know, there's only about 40 homes going to be built in here. So if you would like to know any more information about this community, please reach out to me. Obviously, I have access to the property. I have access to the houses. I have the lot sheet. I got the premium sheet. I can represent you as the buyer's agent, working with the builder to not only help purchase your property, design your home, but then oversee the project specifically if you're out of town or out of state, as I live in the community. If you want to know any more about Fairview, Tennessee, I've done several videos about the city of Fairview, the Williamson County Schools in Fairview, the Rec Center in Fairview, as well as Bowie Nature Park, which is in Fairview. And then I talked about several of the directions and times to get not only to the airport, but to other local shopping areas. Again, all those videos are posted on my YouTube channel. Reach out to me. My phone number is right here. My name is Jack Laron with eXp Luxury here in Nashville, Tennessee. I look forward to working with you and answering any questions. Please like, subscribe, or comment below, and I'll be sure to respond. Thank you. Okay, just like I mentioned before in the model home tour, here's a unique value to this particular community. Again, it's in Fairview, Tennessee. I have access not only to the model home walkthroughs, but the particular lot sheets as well as the lot premiums, okay? So we're down at the end of the street just off the main road, and we're down near it's not really a cul-de-sac area, it's just a turn in the development. And these particular lots, 6, 7, 8, 9, right behind me, all require the Lockwood model to have a walkout basement. And the reason for that is, if you notice, this particular area of the community has been built up to a point where the house would sit on the front edge off the curb, and then the bottom of the house, which again would be a walkout basement, would walk out to your backyard into the woods. And I've done video of the walkthrough in the woods, and it shows where the lot stakes are at. But again, these houses that line this turn as you go around, again, half-acre lots, Lockwood floor plan, which these would be a 5 or 6 bedroom house with a walkout basement to your backyard that includes not only grass, but a wooded area. And again, that same creek that we saw in the model home tour flows just behind that. So you're gonna have almost an 1,100 square foot walkout basement with a full bath, a full bedroom, and an entertainment area down into your yard and into the woods. Very unique. So in this situation, what would happen is if you did the 5-bedroom house, they would take one of the upstairs bedrooms and move that upstairs bedroom down to the basement. So you'd have a basement bedroom, a main level bedroom, which would be your master, so that's 2, and then you'd have 3 bedrooms up top. And again, 1,100 square feet if you do the upgrade to get the full walkout basement type apartment, which is about a $7,000 upgrade to make the half bath a full. And then you get the walkout. Then again, these are lots 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there's a lot of interest in them. But if you contact me, I can help you navigate which ones make the most sense. And I've got footage of how I walked all the back of the lots into the woods, so you can see how that would work. But a great opportunity to own a very unique house in this subdivision because none of the other lots had that requirement for the walkout basement. And in fact, you can't get basements in any other houses unless they dig it down, which doesn't make, economical sense to do that. So contact me. I can give you more information about this. Again, I'm Jack LaRonde, your Nashville area real estate agent. This is Fairview, Tennessee, and this is Goodwin Farms here in Fairview, Tennessee. So I'm standing behind lot 6, and right there, the tip of my finger is the survey stake for lot 6, between 6 and 7. So that's the back corner of your lot. So it definitely encompasses the woods behind lot 6, and you can see those 2 white poles would be the entrance for lot 6. So that would be your door, and then you'd have all the way back into here, again with a walkout basement into the woods. And then the side, there's the other one right there. See that pink there behind that dark tree is the other corner pin for lot 6. So silt fence back, you probably got good 40 feet into the woods across the back side of here between those 2 stakes. So you'd have to see, like, can you come in here and clean this area up, and make a usable yard? There's some trash trees that we can ask them to remove during landscaping, but lot 6 generally is pretty flat. You get your walkout basement, so this is not a bad option. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You kind of see how it's looking shadow-wise. Not a bad option here either. I'm not spry like I used to be. So here I am standing at the end of that berm, looking back. You can see you have a pretty good yard. So now we're looking at the back of lot 8 here in Goodwin. So there's the silt fence. Again, there's 9. Let's walk on around here. Don't see the lot stakes. Almost busted my butt. But thought I saw one over here that's maybe dividing 8 and 7. I'll turn around so you can get an idea. Thought I saw one pinned in here in the back. All right, back to the silt fence. Oh, right there. See those 2 stakes right there in the woods. So, right there. So that tells me a lot here. So that would mean this is 8 to the left, this is 7 to the right. So this stake right here will put 7 to my right, 8 to my left. So if that's the case, you're gonna have this big tree and possibly some of these other trees, because the lot line down here by this post should follow all the way around to this other corner. So there's a good chance that your yard would encompass some of this wooded area up to this creek area back here. So I just don't see another stake post signifying that. But just give you an idea, in the woods, here's what the back of that 8 looks like. So they built that berm. That's where the floor entry, or the entry level, main level of the house is going to sit. And then obviously they build the walkout basement out of that. And then you'd fall off into here as somewhat of your yard. And I'll talk to the salesperson and ask, how far back into the woods does your yard come? Because it would make sense from that stake I showed you all the way to that back corner of that silt fence. If you just draw a line from that stake to there, that means everything to the right of that corner here in the woods should be your backyard, is my guess, but I'll confirm that. But there's some trash trees in here you'll want to clean up, you'll want them to clean up, and they probably get some yard in here. But if that's the case, you're gonna have at least a little decent wooded area back here in this corner, which would be kind of private. But I'll ask and get all that confirmed and let you know. This is lot 9 in Goodwin Farms, coming directly up the street into the cul-de-sac. So it's actually a pretty decent lot. This isn't, this is the high side of the back area in that cul-de-sac. And you can see it's actually not that far down. It's got a decent yard in the back. Presuming the environmental fence is the property boundary. And I'll walk back there as well to see if I can see the property stakes. Nice wooded area with a creek there behind it. So nothing gonna be built there. And then next door to it is 8, it's lot 8. And you can kind of get an idea of lot 8, how it kind of really falls down. They built all this up right here I'm walking on. They pushed all this fill dirt here to make this lot. And so your edge of your house would come to this edge, and this is where the walkout basement would be. And then that's the lot again with the creek down below. So as far as 8 and 9, and 9 starts there right here at this corner. Again, 9's actually got a really decent backyard. It's gonna be a sloping yard. I have to manage the water runoff coming across it, which they will do. But for a walkout basement to go out here, it's actually a pretty decent lot. And I'll walk down there. This wishes big dirt pile wasn't here, but kind of see it's a pretty spacious lot. So this one's under construction on 10, so that's going to be up. You can see some of the ruts here. That's from the water runoff coming from the side. Again, all that will be graded out so that the water runs and slopes towards the back and not towards your house. So you don't have to worry about so much the water issues, because they should grade it right. We'll take a look at it when they finish it. But yeah, so they got this silt fence right here. Oh, there's a stake right there on the ground. You can see in the trees. So it looks like one lot stake. Because it looks like the back of the property, this lot, you can see here, I'm in the back, and there's a street right there. Pretty decent yard back here in this lot. One's old trash. Obviously, we can request, if you decide to get this one, this will be your backyard. There won't be a fence, that they come clean up all this trash as part of the... I hear deer or squirrel rumbling around back there. But again, nobody behind you. All right. They put this pile of dirt right here, because this corner right here, you can see the water's running down the property line out this back. So they put this berm here so it wouldn't wash everything away. Again, don't worry about that. They grade that when they do the final landscaping on it. They grade all that, and they'll grade everything so the water naturally calls off to the back, because the creek's down here in the bottom. So if they're saying this is the corner, I don't see the lot stake. Sometimes they said that the lots go back here into the woods. I don't see them, but either way, I mean, this is really decent yard. Partly shaded. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. It's a really decent lot. Again, this is number 9. And then in the woods, give you an idea. This is where the water naturally goes down to the creek. Old refrigerator. But that's the back side of lot 8. So your house would sit on top of that. I could confirm, but my presumption would be is like you'd be somewhere, your yard would be somewhere in these trees. I don't see the lot stakes, but we'd have to confirm that, of like how far back, you know, do you go into the woods or do you stop short of the woods on lot 8? But just give you an idea of the difference. Yeah, I'm sitting behind lot 8, and there's all of lot 9 right there. Again, the street is up here on the right, but that's lot 9. All right, so this is 18, 19, and then 20's down at the end. And you're backing up to the main house, which, you know, and there's the shop. You know, I wouldn't be worried about someone tearing down a nice house just to build a bunch of other houses. That doesn't make economical sense for a builder. Now, could someone try to subdivide that, maybe put one house in front and then one house in back between the shop and that? Maybe, but remember, this land was part of that house already. If they wanted to do that, they would have sold it all together. So I'm not guaranteeing anything, but knowing how building works, it's just cost effective. And plus what codes would allow, may not allow them to do that. Anyway, so my point being is that 18, 19, and 20, you know, this would be the back, what you'd see at your backyard. This is 19 I'm on right now, so you'd be directly, you know, to the back of this house. You see I'll take you up the stakes here and then turn around. But I mean, flat lot, super flat. Walk out, screen porch, you know, whatever you want. So another thing I gotta do, I gotta find out what kind of patio you get for the walkout ones, because I'm curious about that myself. So you see the property stake right here, all the way down. Oh, so you got this drainage ditch back here, which you need to have. And actually it flows towards the collection area to the left, not towards the road on the right. So the slopes from Old Nashville back through here, through there, and then it goes into the collection area, which is to the right of that house that developer kept. That's the house you put up. Pretty nice. But this is your property. There's your property line right there. So this is the back of 19. It's very same thing with 18. 20 is the same deal with 19, as you do have that get the name of the electrical box up front. I always forget the name of that thing. You know, and then next to it are those lots that face the front. But 18, 19, and 20, if you want super flat and ready to build and walk out with, you know, quiet neighbor in the back, that would be your options, I would think, versus the inner lots, which, you know, you can see back up to each other.